Hello, folks. Welcome back to Air Job Boss. This is Air Job Boss TV, and today we're going to go over a general information about pilot interviews. Now, you'll hear a lot of people say something like, I need to pass my pilot interview, or I hope I pass my pilot interview, or how do I pass my pilot interview? And I was going to a simulator check ride one day. It was a very difficult check ride. I was with my partner in the taxi, and we're going to the training department, and I said, I hope we pass this check ride. And my partner looked at me without hesitation and seriousness and complete conviction, and he said, I'm not going there to pass a check ride. I'm going there to do well on this check ride. And it just dawned on me the self-imposed limitation I had placed on myself for visualizing and actually saying that I simply wanted to pass the check ride. Ever since then, I have never said I want to pass a check ride. It doesn't even come into calculation whether I'm going to pass an interview or pass a check ride. I'm simply striving to do well, to do the best I can possibly do and get the highest level of performance out of myself. So passing these events is never in doubt. If I'm achieving my highest level of performance, then sometimes it's just not good enough and I don't deserve the job. But the mindset of doing well on an interview is very important. That's why preparation and professional preparation is so beneficial, because you're not only going to pass your interview, you're going to do well on your interview. And there are going to be times when it's required to do well just in order to pass. At present, this is January of 2023, it is pretty easy to get a job through an interview at an airline because the demand is so significant and they need as many applicants as they can find. This is very rare, and this will not always be the case. So it's important that it's important that you prepare to do well. Now, going beyond your interview, you're going to have a file established at that airline, and it is going to be first established during your assessment or your interview process. All the testing, all your qualifications, how you filled out the application, your promptness, the completeness, the tidiness of that application. Also, the things you said and the scores you got on both written, computer, and oral evaluation. So moving forward, you may not think that you need to do quote unquote well, but as you move through your career and someday you decide, you know what, I am going to pursue a job in the training department or as a check airman or as a chief pilot, they are going to review your company file. And you want to build a significantly positive record of yourself and your career at that airline. So doing well on the interview is important. You need to impress the person you're going to be in front of in all aspects of that interview. You want your file to start out saying, this is one of the best applicants we've seen come through here in a long time. That kind of response needs to be written in your file. There is a saying that emperors are born and not made. And this is true. Your initial impression at that airline will live throughout your career at that airline. So if your performance is low as you were hired and they simply took you because they couldn't find anybody else, this does not speak well to you in the future, because just 1 year after you, when it's difficult to get a job, that applicant, that the standard that this applicant is going to have to achieve to get the same job you did is going to be a lot higher. And when you compare their file against yours, do you want it to be that this person that came a year and back you was so much better than you that when they come up for a job, a captain position, a check airman position, a chief pilot position, a fleet chief, they're going to take that job away from you. That's why it's so important. It's an insurance policy on the future to provide you with a stable, a very good foundation to starting that career, and especially if this is the airline you plan to stay with for the rest of your career. You want that assessment, that initial assessment, to establish you as an emperor, not as a peasant. So aim to do well on your interview. Every interview you should not just pass, you should do well on it. So your preparation is key, which of course lends itself well to a promotion of my own service, airjobboss.com, where I will prepare you one-on-one preparation based on your skills, your talent, and your experience, and the airline you're targeting, very specifically how you can achieve the highest scores on your assessment, okay? You can contact me at any time if you have any questions at info@airjobboss.com. Please visit my website at airjobboss.com as well. Thank you so much. We're going to see you on the next video.